What have been your reading disappointments / letdowns this year? Shadows upon Time. I didn't hate it, it wasn't terrible. It just didn't feel like it was the shocking conclusion I was expecting / hoping for. It might have been impossible for it to be satisfying there though. For me it was Blood over Bright Haven. Either this year or the end of 2025. Everybody seemed to love the book, but for me, it was just alright. Nothing too special sadly. What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher. I didn't dislike it, but it definitely felt like a step down from What Moves the Dead. Part of it might be the audiobook narrator changed between books, and the new one gave the main character a different vibe from the first one. The Will of Many. Tons of praise from all over. I found it severely lacking. It's quite rare for me to DNF, but I just couldn't like this book. Cold Fire Trilogy. It started well, with an original world building, but the story itself is just not that good or well-paced. I'm Drea agging through Strength of the Few. I was confused for a lot of book 1 and book 2 so far isn't really clearing that up. I find the world building a bit too abstract for my liking. Royal Road and Kindle Unlimited as a whole. Both sites have recently been flooded with a ton of low-quality AI-assisted stories and managed to turn themselves into complete dumpster fires. Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Just not for me.
I could not stand the direction Islington went with his sequel to Will of the Many. Dungeon Crawler Carl. The constant MCU / Deadpool quip humor just turned me off automatically and came off super corny. I also just really don't like lit RPG. Takes away the essence of why I read fantasy if the world is presented as constructed rather than discovered. For me it was Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler. The story was disturbing and the characters felt flat and didn't seem to have any personalities. The dialogues often felt robotic. The Girl Who Drank the Moon DNF'd at just over 50%. I've been struggling with this middle grade book for over a week and I finally admitted I wasn't enjoying it and put it down yesterday after it nearly put me into a coma within 10 minutes of reading. It's a cute concept, which is why I attempted 3 times to read it, but it's so repetitive and nothingy that I would actually dread picking it up and was unable to concentrate for more than a couple chapters. Maddening. The Clockwork Boys by T. Kingfisher. I have previously found her work a little polarizing. I loved Nettle and Bone while hating Paladin's Grace. Hate is a bit of a strong word for this book, but I won't be getting any sequels. Sad to hear it. I really enjoyed Fires of Vengeance and can't wait for the next one. The Strength of the Few is my only real letdown of the year so far. The Will of the Many. So much plot armor. The First Farseer Trilogy by Robin Hobb. And if you thought Hadrian Marlowe was a fucking long-winded thesaurus of a talker, Fitz' was an idiot, always hurt or laying in bed. Night Eyes was only interesting character immo. 3 books, nothing happened I felt like. I agree with you on Jade City. I was expecting something epic, but I was left disappointed. Another one is The Tainted Cup. So far, and I would not assess why it was a letdown, just not great. Parade of Horribles was in my opinion the weakest of the books so far. The Everlasting and The Bewitching, both was a DNF for me. Dungeon Crawler Carl, Red Rising and Chain Gang All-Stars. All 3 were a mix of let's see what the hype is about, and tick off fantasy a few bingo squares. Just never really got into them. The Poet Empress by Shun Tao /. I know people love this book and picked it up because it was compared to She Who Became the Sun. But for me it really didn't come even close. It didn't have the emotional gravitas of that book, and the writing was kind of weak. Shadows Upon Time, and to a lesser extent, Disquiet Gods. SUT was such a terrible end to what was a fairly enjoyable episodic space opera. It meandered, it was way too long, and it essentially resolved the plot with an idiot ball. From last year, but I read it this year, The Devil's G.Y. Joe Abercrombie. My favorite author. I was looking forward to reading that book. I don't remember a thing. I barely remember the characters, couldn't tell you the plot. I genuinely hated my time with it. It felt so bland when compared to some of his best works, such as The Heroes, which I think still stands as among the greatest fantasy books of all time. Assassin's Apprentice. I found it extremely boring. I kept waiting for something exciting to happen, and then the book ended. Malaise in Book 1. There was no explanation of what was going on, and the POV switches left me lost and confused.